media. So it is transit. It is a process of transmitting information, entertainment. It is not only, as I said, it is not only about official information or messages. It is also about information, entertainment, messages, or any fun activities, or any fun information, facts, or any social awareness. Everything comes under a media form. It transits to media. So now discussing on types of media. So we are covering a wide range of audience at the same time to all these media sources. So the first one is print media. So what is your idea about print media? Yes, it's something about pamphlets, brochure, conveying a messages or conveying an information to papers or newspapers, magazines, booklets, brochures, all those things. A tangible form of communication is termed as print media. Tangible, you can see or touch those messages. So those kind of messages is the print media. This includes all the information communicated through newspapers, magazines, brochures. We are going outside and few people will be giving us brochures or pamphlets. All those things are print media. Anything even in a printed format that is tangible. So print media. And next one is the broadcast. Broadcast is something that you are transmitting an information. You are communicating an information electronically. So those kind of media forms are called as a broadcast. Electronically, you are communicating a message from one place to another place. So that is broadcast. Example for this is radios or televisions. Everything comes under broadcast. Electronically, you are communicating messages. Rather than looking at printed messages, electronically you are communicating through radios or television, which is much effective than print media. When we are giving our pamphlets or brochures or newspapers to those people, it is not 50% there is a possibility of communicating the messages. While through broadcast, it can be much communicating to the customers. We can still more effectively reach the audio by way of an audio. Next, moving on to digital media. So digital media, this is most familiar to you people. So which is your favorite digital media? Social media. Then in social media, which form? Instagram. So people are much involved in social media, Instagram or any other applications or tool inside your mobile. So which is more effective nowadays? People also stop watching TVs or hearing radios or getting a brochure or print messages. People are more likely involved in the screen. People are highly involved in screen and they are spending lots of time in the screen. So it is most easier to convey our messages, convey an information through a media format, social media, through various social media platforms, events, collaborations. So through all these, we will be communicating the messages. These includes website, blogs, social media platforms, and either of things. All those website blogs have become comparatively became less when we compare to social media. So social media have higher influences nowadays to communicate a message or information. Rather than communicating through either of the media, we are communicating through social media. It reaches the audience to extends than the other. Clear? Next one is the outdoor media. Outdoor media includes all those banners or all those pamphlets that are when we are crossing the bypass or when we are crossing the road, we will be seeing a banners or fluxes. All those comes under the outdoor media. So outdoor, we are making an information, communicating a messages outside places, outside the areas. So that is outdoor media. And next one is recording. Recording is nothing but all those recorded messages through DVDs, CDs, all those things. This have become an outdated nowadays. And next one is cinema. Cinema is most familiar to us. So we can cinemas can be an awareness movies, documentary movies, or any common movies. Everything includes us to communicate the messages, information to people. So these are the forms of movies. Clear? So at that time we are communicating a particular message or an information to a wider audience that can reach more effectively to the audience. So these are it. So today we have discussed on what is media, types of media, how